Hey everybody, today I want to quickly go over with you how you can find out what information the IRS has in its database file on your organization or in any organization for that matter. So we're going to go to the irs.gov website. We're going to go up to the search bar and we're going to type in charities. And then we're going to click on tax-exempt organization search. And we're going to look down here to where it says cumulative data files, and there's a link to the exempt organization's business master file extract. We're going to click on that. And there's two things that are important here. One is there's an information sheet PDF file here. That's going to be important. And then here are links to the business master file. And you'd pick the state that the organization is in. I'm just going to pick Florida. And it's going to download a CSV file with all the information from the master file. Excel asks if you wanted to remove leading zeros from this column, and you're going to say no. You're going to say don't convert. Okay, now here you are. Now you'll see that there is the column headers, and these are important, and these will correspond to the descriptions in the information sheet that we'll look at in a minute, okay, because you're not necessarily going to know what all this stuff means. Now, what we would like is we would like to make this top row sticky. We want it to stay there, so we're going to just go up to View and Freeze Panes and freeze the top row. Okay, so that way when we scroll down, we don't lose our descriptions for the column headings. Next thing is we're going to look up the organization. Now you can type parts of the name if you want to, and you may find it, but the employer ID number is the best search key to use. So Control F, bring up your find and replace. Find what you're going to find the employer ID number. So I'm going to paste that in. That's just a random one I selected. I'm going to say find next. Now it's saying we cannot find what you're looking for. Okay. I wonder why. Okay, well, I don't have time to troubleshoot that now, so I'm just going to copy one just for demonstration purposes, and then Control F. And find next. And there it is. Okay, I don't know what happened to the first one. But you can see it has highlighted the one that we're interested in. Okay, and that's in row 26. So we're going to close that. And so we can just highlight row 26 and we can come across and then look at the column headings and find out what we want to about the organization. Now we'll just look here real quickly. Okay, we've got the employer ID number. We've got the name of the organization, in care of. What an annoying little thing there. The street, the city, the state, the zip, subsection, that would be whether it's a 501c3 or a 501c4, whatever. The ruling, that's the ruling year. It tells you what year the organization's determination letter was issued. It tells you the foundation code. You can look at the sheet, information sheet momentarily. Status, tax period, this tells you the last tax return that they received and processed. So you can see this organization, the last return that they filed was September 2024, or at least that's the last one the IRS processed. Okay, and your filing requirement, this tells you what type of return the organization is filing, and then it has asset and revenue information. Accounting period, that tells you what the year end is. 9, of course, September, and most of these are 12, which is December fiscal year ends. Okay, and it's really a good idea just to look this up about your organization to make sure the IRS has the correct accounting period make sure that you're credited for the last tax return. It's always a good idea to check the business master file. Okay, so now let's look at the information sheet. Okay, so we're going to go back to the website, and here is the information sheet. It's on the same page where we clicked on the business master file. And it's going to open a PDF and tells you something about the master file. And then you can come down and it explains what all those column headings are. Okay, the in care of name, the group exemption number if there is one, affiliation code, subsection codes, ruling date, deductibility code, foundation codes. So this is good. It tells you how your organization is classified, if you're a church or if you're a private operating foundation. All right. Let's see. The advanced ruling expiration date, that's no longer relevant. Asset codes, filing requirement codes. Okay, it tells you what type of return you're required to file. So if you think you're not required to file a return, you need to check the business master file and make sure that that's what the IRS thinks too. Okay, and it's also a good idea to check the accounting period that they have and make sure it matches what you're trying to file. Now, the IRS has more than one database with information about your organization. This is the master file, but there's also an e-file database. And theoretically, the master file should match what's in the e-file database, but it doesn't always. They make mistakes. They forget to update one if there's a change. And if your e-file database has the wrong fiscal year end, or it says you're a private foundation, but you're really a public charity, it's going to reject your return, and that's going to require communication with the IRS. Okay. So I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you next time.